So McClelland is different in the sense that we can offer full complement of instruments you'll find in an orchestra. So meaning brass, woodwind, strings, percussion, guitar, bass and vocals on top of that. So it's pretty huge. A lot of schools now are having to downsize, which is sad, down to funding cuts or student numbers. We're a big school and we get a huge interest in the music department, which I think is great in itself. Not only is the recognition of the instruments that we can offer, but the performance opportunities for the kids. So there's so many different ensembles. There's small ensembles, there's large ensembles. They can perform at assemblies and school concerts here. And also we're really big on promoting the college in the wider community. So we go out to aged care facilities, we go out to primary schools, kindergartens. It's really good for the kids to, to reach outside of the school grounds and do that through music, through performance. It's really good for them. It's good for us. Which means basically this is a really busy and active place. We get lots of kids in here at recess and lunch. They could be out there, graffitiing on the walls, but they choose to be down here, and that's practicing or just hanging out, talking to each other. And it's not just mixing with year 7s, just with year 7s. They mix with everyone. So year 7s to 12s. It really is a community down here that all the musicians mix with musicians, and that includes our staff, which I think is really special. The other thing here is that the principal team really support and recognise the importance of music in education. It's not just, clapping them at a concert, oh, isn't that wonderful? But, for us it's recognising that music helps develop discipline, composure, perseverance, dependability, courage and pride in results. There's a whole heap of things that music does aside from just learning notes. I think it's really something that we're proud of. The other thing that we offer here, which is really special, is the band class program, and that actually operates from year 7 through to year 8. Essentially what it is, year 7s, obviously it's their first time they come to high school. For many of them, it's also the first opportunity they have to learn a musical instrument. And it is centred around a concert band program, meaning the brass, woodwind and percussion. And most of them are coming from the pop culture where it's all guitars, vocals and drums. So for many of them it's new music, it's new sounds and it's new experiences. And watching them go from absolute zero to hero by the end of the year is just fantastic. It's a really special moment for me as a teacher because I came through the same program. Now the students may have had no musical experience at all. They learn that all the way through year 7. They get to a pretty fair level. Then they go on to year 8. And what's really special here, we're very much about students teaching other students, as it were. So year 8's then once a cycle, once every 3 weeks, then basically run a session, supervised by myself of course, and they coach the younger year 7s. So that means they're helping them read their notes, where to put their fingers, how to play stylistically. And it's really special to actually see the year 8s and how much they've learned in a year. And really, I don't think you know something well enough until you have to teach it. So what opportunities do they have? Look, there's a heap, there really are. There's all the instruments I mentioned before, so that's brass, woodwind, strings, percussion and voice. And along with that, it's the ensembles they can be part of. We really try to cater for the solo player, small ensembles, large ensembles, and the performances, they have a huge array of opportunities for that. So whether that's just playing at assembly, or they play in front of other staff members or other students, we also like to go out to the wider community. So that's kindergartens, aged care facilities, shopping centres, wherever we can. It's really good for the kids to go and perform and strut their stuff. And really, music is a huge opportunity itself, whether it's here or any other school, because it's not just about showing off in front of your friends, or strutting your stuff. It's really about what you get out of music. And for me, that's it's working on your memory. It's developing time management skills. It's being dependable. It's you actually develop your mathematical and language skills also, because there's so much analytical and creative stuff happening at the same time. It's one of the few subjects where both areas of the brain, both sides of the brain rather, work at the same time. Obviously mine's not working now. Increases your concentration, memory and self-expression. And I think the really big thing is here is that it helps underperforming students achieve and believe in themselves. So we it is about recognising that not everyone is academically gifted, like I wasn't, or they're behaviourally challenged, like I was. And music really does help shed a new light in the students, so we can really see them in a different way. And really, for those students, it's equally important because it helps them believe in themselves. Yeah, different strengths and abilities. You're always going to have that in any classroom, in any subject, in any school. And that's just something in education that I feel you need to embrace. In our music department, we're very much about being all-inclusive. So for me, that means whether you're in 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, or even a staff member, I look at it as that we're all fellow musicians. And that way, the community's already set in place that we're supportive, encouraging, and understanding of each other's levels then. A lot of schools have an audition process to be part of an ensemble. And I agree with that. You need to work up the necessary experiences and skills to play at a certain level. But I don't want to discriminate against students that want to be part of it, because if the interest's there, we should be including them. So in a band rehearsal, the music might be far more challenging than what they're able to play. But why not have them sit there and absorb the information that's shared in a rehearsal, and then they can watch the older players and how they deal with perhaps their mistakes and how they overcome them. I think it's a really important thing to see. So it is in many ways the sink or swim mentality. They'll eventually get it, and they may as well be, feel like they're part of the process. You don't want to sort of feel that you're not good enough, that all the kids are better than you. Yeah, they may be, but you're still part of it. You're still a fellow musician. And in turn, that means that our senior players, they're more than happy to help our younger players. And they went through the same stuff, far more recently than what I did, and it's really good for them to put it in their own words. And the staff here are actually really good about communicating with both the parent and the student about, what interests does the child have. So what particular style of music do they listen to at home, or what style of music do they enjoy playing. And that's really important because you need to engage the student to want to play. It's not about being a chore. It shouldn't be about being a chore. So you like to find the music that is challenging for them, that is a learning experience for them, and it is fun. There's a great saying is that the more you practice, the better you get. The better you get, the better music you can play. The better music you can play, the more fun you have. The more fun you have, the more you practice. And that's what it should be all about. If we talk in terms of food analogies, if you give kids just what they want all the time, say chocolate, that's not good for them. But if you give them just veggies, they're probably not going to eat it. So in a sense, we're giving them chocolate-covered broccoli. That's what it needs to be. The students here, they respond well to stuff that's challenging, but enjoyable to play and enjoyable to listen to. The staff really good at setting goals and establishing practice habits at home, and also encouraging the student and just generally making them feel good about themselves. I first started teaching here in 2009, and pretty much from word go, I knew I really loved this school. The whole approach behind it's something that resonates with me very well. And in fact, it kind of makes me laugh in the sense that most lessons are actually carried out like you would run a music lesson anyway. Meaning that you're establishing clear set goals of what you want to achieve each lesson and how you're going to overcome that. The teacher knows the student and the way they learn really well to help them overcome any obstacles, or help them sort of make sense of what the task is. Setting tasks for them, or exercises we do in music, and building on your prior knowledge and experience to help you overcome or help you able to reach that next level of ability. And then reflecting at the end of the lesson what you've covered, how have we covered that, how you're going to learn, and how that'll help you in the future. And in a nutshell, that's what we do in each lesson in the whole school. And that's the beauty of it here. It's a consistent approach from the whole school. Each subject's teaching that same way, and the kids then know how they learn, why they learn that way, and it's really, really special. The other thing is too, the teachers themselves and the students see this are constantly challenged. They're really encouraged, not necessarily driven, by the principal team. We're questioned on how we teach and why we teach that way, and have you thought about this way? And I think it's a really special school to be part of in that sense, because you want to be better. You're not pushed to be better. I've been in those situations where I just want to be out. It's too much red tape. But here it is really about, us as a community, us as a school, striving for better things. And that's why I'd say come to McClelland and make you a better person.